My top 5 brown butter chocolate chip cookie recipes. I've tried well over a dozen recipes at this point, and I want to share with you what my top 5 are. Now, these are not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is just my opinion about the 5 recipes that I would make again and that I will be making again. So let's get into it. Starting out strong, we got broma. I know this is controversial. I know some people are going to say they hate this recipe because the instructions are not clear and because whatever reason. But I honestly really like this recipe, and more even so than that, most people who have tried this recipe say that it's their preference. Like, I've taken this recipe to gatherings with multiple people, and everyone always comments on how much they love this recipe. I do think that if you're maybe new to baking, this might not be the best one to start with, but thousands of people have commented and told me personally on my page that they love this recipe. Cannot not include it in this list, you guys. It's just one of those ones. You got to try it for yourself and decide whether you like it or not. We have scientifically sweet. This recipe right here, this was like such a surprise to me because I had never heard of this creator before, or this page before, and this one like blew my socks off with how good it was, because it just gave like classic quintessential cookie. I don't know how to explain it other than that. Like, this person is a food scientist, as well as the next recipe that I'm going to share, but I think it's different when you like actually understand like how different ingredients combine with one another. And Scientifically Sweet does this so well. This cookie just bakes up beautifully. I think if you're new to baking and you really just want to try something out and you really want to just get it right the first time, Scientifically Sweet is a really good recipe to start out with for a brown butter chocolate chip cookie for sure. Next up, we have Handle the Heat by Tessa Arias. Handle the Heat is one of my favorite cookies because it uses bread flour, which bread flour has a higher protein content, and so it creates a chewier texture than a lot of other recipes that don't have bread flour. I'm not saying that this is the best recipe for that reason, but I'm just saying it's the most unique recipe for that reason. So this is actually my husband's least favorite cookie, but it's one of my favorites because I think this is such a different experience than a lot of the other cookies that you're going to bake up. Texturally, it looks different, it tastes different. I just think that Tessa does a really good job of creating a higher quality like experience for a brown butter cookie. So give this one a try if you're feeling like kind of out of the box and you want to do something a little bit differently. Next up, we have In Fine Taste. I'm including this recipe because I think this is a sleeper. I think this recipe is really good. It uses solidified brown butter. This is the only recipe in this category that requires you to cool your brown butter back down to a solid state. And by doing that, it really does change the texture of the cookie, and I think it's very unique. So if you're looking for something that doesn't use actual melted butter, because maybe you're worried about that greasy texture that sometimes you can get when you use melted brown butter, this is a really good one to try. It's a little bit thicker and a little bit more put together than some of the other recipes, as opposed to like a really gooey cookie, especially if you bake it all the way through. And then last but not least, we have Moribian's recipe. I think this one is so good because this recipe doesn't require an overnight chill, and I don't think that In Fine Taste requires a long chill also, but this one uses melted butter and doesn't require an overnight chill or anything like that. I think you chill like 30 minutes to 2 hours and then you can bake it up. But this is a really good recipe if you just want to like cookie like right now and you don't want to have to wait. For a brown butter recipe, you're usually gonna have to wait, but Moribian does a really good job of giving you just a really nice recipe. It's a little on the sweeter side, so I definitely next time will probably use a little bit darker chocolate than I did. I think I used like bittersweet or semi-sweet or something like that, but it's a really good recipe to try. So yeah, that's my top 5 brown butter chocolate chip cookies. Let me know in the comments what yours are. I love to hear all you guys' suggestions, so please give them to me, and I will see you guys later. Bye.